Thanks for your patience. We will skip opening comments and jump right into questions. If you can please just raise your hand. Wait till the microphone gets to you. Give us your name and affiliation, and please keep it to one question, please.
Hi, Jose. Neil Custis, The Sun. You must have been particularly pleased with the first half performance. It was perhaps the best of the tour in terms of excitement for the crowd.
Yeah, I think for the crowd was good. I think in pre-season it's important also to play for that. When you come to the US and you have a stadium with a few thousand very enthusiastic, this is what they want. They want Messi, they want Neymar, they want Pogba, they want the best players to show what they are, and I think it happened. First half was 1-0, but could be 2-2, 3-2, 2-3, because lots of chances, an open game. We didn't defend well. I was not happy with the way we were defending, but that's pre-season. In the second half, lots of changes for them, lots of changes for us, but both teams playing for a result, in spite of is a friendly and the result is not the most important thing. Both teams played for the results. We tried to equalize. They tried to keep the ball and keep possession and defend well. So even in the second half, the match was positive.
Right here.
Mourinho, boa noite.
Boa noite.
Gostaria que você falasse um pouco do Neymar, né? Ele acabou fazendo o gol da vitória, né? Ele está sendo especulado pelo PSG, né? E pode estar indo para o futebol francês. Gostaria que falasse um pouco desse jogador que acabou sendo decisivo hoje e se você acredita que ele pode sair até do Barcelona e jogar no futebol francês.
So do I speak in Portuguese?
I forgot to mention we're doing questions in English only. So feel free to answer in Portuguese for this gentleman.
Craque é craque. Se vai, se fica, não sei. Só ele saberá. Mas craque é craque e mesmo sendo treinador da equipa adversária acabas por desfrutar com a qualidade. É fantástico.
Jose, my name is Colin Udo from Africa. I'm going to take you a little bit away from this game today and just ask you a question about the recent changes in the African Nations Cup. As someone who has managed African players in the past and as a European manager, how does this change affect you? Does it make you feel happier that now you don't have to let players go in the middle of the season?
I know. I have to read the changes and understand the changes. Yeah. If that's the change, it's perfect for us, obviously. Because it's hard in the middle of the season to lose players like we do, and now with so many African players playing in the best competitions in Europe, it's not good for the clubs, it's not good for the competitions, it's not good for the players. So if you can do that, if you manage to do the African Cup in the European break, it's a fantastic change.
Second row right here, in the white.
Jose, have a good night. I want to know what is the level of your team right now, what you consider is, for Manchester United, the next option in players coming. Thank you.
The next players coming.
Yeah, and what is the level of the team now?
What is?
The level of the team now.
The level of my team? Well, if you want to compare my team with Real Madrid or Barcelona, it's easy to compare. It's easy to compare. The level of the players, the quality of the team is easy to compare. But we don't play in the same competition as them unless we meet them in the European competitions. So we prefer not to compare us with them. We prefer to compare us with the teams that we play week in, week out in the Premier League, and we are much more adapted to that very hard competition, but it's a competition with a different style, with a different kind of player. I think in this moment the best players are in these two clubs, and you have to accept that as a reality. But for us to play against both in pre-season without any kind of pressure, without any kind of being worried about a result, and just trying to play and to play the best you can, was very good for us, because both they play with their best team. Barcelona play with their best team. I think only Piqué was on the bench. Real Madrid, I think only Ronaldo and Ramos didn't play. Everybody else played. So it's very, very good for us to measure ourselves against them.
Right here, front row.
Jose, you said the defence struggled in the first half. You've not played Victor Lindelof with Eric Bailly from the start. What's been your thinking behind that?
I start Victor and Smalling.
Yes, what I mean is you haven't started Lindelof and Bailly in a game yet. Is there been a reason behind that? Is that to get Victor to familiarise himself with his teammates, the other defenders?
I think we'll understand the reason in a couple of days. Bailly is suspended for the first two matches in the Champions League, as you know. And I think in the next couple of days we will have the understanding of why I'm playing Lindelof and Smalling.
Okay, in the white right there. Last question, guys.
Hello, Jose. Steve Bates from the Daily Mirror. Interesting you're talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona and their standards. How far do you think is the gap between you and them in terms of that standard and where you would like United to be? Is it a big gap or is it closing?
You know, Messi and Neymar, there is only one. One Messi and one Neymar. There are not two. And Suarez and Iniesta and Piqué and Ronaldo and Bale and Modric, Toni Kroos. There is only one. So they can be only playing for a club, not for two clubs. So we can't have them. They belong to the clubs, and you can be working very hard tactically to try to improve your team. Tactically, you can try to improve your players, but there are players that are special players, and against that nature, there is nothing you can do. What you can do is when the matches are real matches, you try to compensate the difference of quality with a certain tactical organization, and with that you can win. In football, it's possible that a team is in a certain day better than the sum of the parts. That's possible in football, but the parts are amazing. You know, their relation with the ball is amazing. You know, you can argue about occupation of spaces and tactics and compact blocks, and you can speak about all of that, but the relation with the ball is still the most important thing. And even as an opponent on the bench like I am, is beautiful to see a few guys, their relation with the ball. But I have to say, one of my players today, Paul Pogba, he showed the level. He showed that he belongs to that level.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.